Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the final episode of Ramadan TV for 2025. I am now joined today by Muhammad Hassan to chat through a few different things as we close off this amazing month of Ramadan. Now, Muhammad, I want to start off, obviously, Ramadan, we've been inside everyone's sort of households through their TVs or phones or tablets, whatever it may be, throughout Fajr and Maghrib. There's been a lot to learn throughout this month. But I sort of want to touch on now, and I think it's appropriate towards, in the last episode, how should we close off this Ramadan? How do we seal off this amazing 30 days that we've had?
Okay. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Very good question, because the Prophet ﷺ, he said, the deeds are accepted based on the last of them. So it's important that obviously, we put in all the efforts during the actual month of Ramadan, but how we seal it and how we end it is an indication of how it will be accepted. So it's very important that we don't give up after the 27th night, or basically the last day is just, khalas, there's no tarawih, we don't worry about it. No, quite the opposite. We've got, the last salah in Ramadan is Salat al-Asr on the last day. So that salah, should be done, in the best way. Some ways that, we can help seal it in a good way is, in that last hour or that last half an hour, that last 10 minutes, whatever, dua that Allah accepts all of our efforts, like the dua of Ibrahim alayhi salam, he would say, رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. Allah, accept from us, indeed you are the all-hearing and all-knower. And, finishing it with sadaqah, finishing it with dua, finishing it with dhikr, finishing it with, reciting Quran, not just letting it go off, letting it finish like any other normal day, because it isn't. Yeah. And also help preparing what comes after Ramadan, before Ramadan, because we know that shaitan is tied down. After Ramadan, he's let loose. And if we have an opportunity to be protected from that, and we have that now, then we should do it. We should make dua for protection from shaitan after Ramadan, so inshallah we're not affected, by him or his plans or plots or helpers or anything like this. Yeah.
No, that's a very good point, ensuring that we're prepared from now.
Of course.
Very good point. Well, you've lightly brought it up just before now. Obviously, it's in a very exciting time for the community, because we're right on the doorstep of Eid.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you a little bit about Eid and sort of how do we prepare for a successful Eid, inshallah?
Good question. So the Prophet ﷺ, obviously he did many sunan, obviously on the day of Eid. From among them you have, for example, obviously connecting your family and kinship and whatnot, and obviously the community and brothers and sisters and so on, wishing them Eid Mubarak, and may Allah accept all their ibadat and so on. Sure. From among the sunan is on the day of Eid you take a ghusl, so you have a full shower, the ghusl ritual. So you're nice and fresh. It's after all the efforts of Ramadan, have been done. Your i'tikafs and your ibadat and late nights and so on. So you celebrate Eid nice and fresh, wearing new clothes and obviously perfuming yourself. Obviously not the sisters, but the brothers at least. Coming with nice perfume and so on. Nice new clothes is also from the sunan. Eating an odd number of dates is from the sunnah as well. The Prophet ﷺ would either eat 1 or 3 or 5 or 7 or 9. And obviously there's reasons behind it as well. From the sunnah of Eid is that obviously you attend the Eid prayer. So yes, it's not an obligation like your 5 daily prayers. But according to the scholars, that it is a sunnah mu'akkada, that you do attend Salat al-Eid, including even the Prophet ﷺ, he encouraged and emphasized that even the sisters that aren't praying, that don't have any prayer, for them to still attend the Eid prayer. And they don't pray, but they engage in the takbirat, and they're there present with the community, with the Muslims, celebrating Eid as well. So this is also very important, and also one of the sunnah as well. Obviously, when you see your family, when you see the community, you greet them, you smile at them, you hug and so on. Obviously, brothers, sisters. Yes. Obviously, it goes without saying. From among the sunnah is doing the takbirat before Salat al-Eid, with the Imam or with the rest of the worshippers. From among the sunnah is taking a different route. So if you travel on one particular road to go to Salat al-Eid, the Prophet ﷺ never used to go back the same way. He used to take a different route. And from the sunan of Eid is that you also need to make sure you pay your zakat al-fitr before Salat al-Eid. So it can be done obviously any time. It's better done in the last part of Ramadan, so within the last 10 days or 10 nights. But the cutoff for zakat al-fitr, which is very important, and obviously many people have probably seen the human appeal stalls around the masajid. But you can log on, online as well. Paying your zakat al-fitr, which is for every single person in your family, even if a sister is pregnant, the baby inside still has to have the zakat al-fitr paid. So these are from among the sunan of how you can either prepare for Eid and also celebrate the day of Eid as well. That obviously is in addition to the general celebrations. Celebration does not mean haram now is okay. You can't go and do haram things. Celebrate. Obviously, it's all within what pleases Allah. But basically, it's fun, celebrations, food and community and friends and family and all that sort of stuff.
So, Muhammad, obviously, so then after Eid, it's not like all that ibadah stops and things like this or fasting. I want to ask you about the 6 days of Shawwal as well. And
yes.
Can you give us a bit of background on it and what should people, sitting at home or wherever they may be watching this program at the moment, how should they prepare themselves for it and what are the sunnahs and practices of the 6 days?
So this is a very good and important point as well. So the month of Shawwal obviously is a month that comes after Ramadan. The Prophet ﷺ, he said that whoever fasts the month of Ramadan and then follows it with 6 days of Shawwal, fasting 6 days of Shawwal, it's as though they've fasted the entire year. So if you got, for example, 30 days of fasting, each deed that you do is multiplied by 10. So that's 300. Plus 6 days times by 10, which is 60, 360.
Yes,
so fasting those 36 days, gives you the reward of fasting the whole year. You don't have to fast them, all after each other. You can break them up. You can fast them right after each other, and so on. But this is a golden opportunity to help continue and ease it off, your fasting after Ramadan. This is also, it's a very important point.
So obviously, like I mentioned, a little bit before now, Eid is something that's really looked forward to, particularly by the Adelaide community, if not the whole world, of course. But something that's pretty cool that has ran here previously, and I was lucky enough to be a part of an interview last year on this topic as well, but Eid Festival. So it's returned.
Yes.
Inshallah, can you share a little bit?
Bigger and better,
inshallah. Can you speak to Eid Festival a little bit about its history and what it is? For those who may have not attended before, I'm sure it's only very few in the community. It seems like one of the most attended events.
It is, mashallah. Well, the Eid Festival, obviously, it's the only and obviously was at one point the largest Eid Festival in the state. Funnily enough, it started just with 3 jumping castles I think it was 2 jumping castles in a car park.
Oh, wow.
And, now 15 years later, alhamdulillah, through the effort of, everyone and obviously the tawfiq of Allah first and foremost, and the effort and the means that, the whole team has sort of, put into this event, it's in the top 5 largest events in the Adelaide Showgrounds.
Wow, subhanallah.
In the state. Wow. It's considered the largest multicultural event as well in the state. It's for the Muslim community, but it's actually open for the wider community, and we actually get a lot of people coming in from the wider community as well, because they say, quote unquote, they feel safe. They feel like, because obviously there's no alcohol or anything like this. It's very family friendly, and it's not expensive either. It's quite cheap in contrast to all the other events that the state holds. So alhamdulillah, it's this is Eid, we celebrate it. Alhamdulillah, it's obviously at the showgrounds, which is massive. We got rides, food stalls, information stalls, the live entertainment, the stage shows. We got race cars and show cars, and we got food from almost 30 different cultures. So imagine like traveling the world with different foods just in one place.
Yes,
the kids absolutely love it. They got like unlimited rides and all that sort of stuff. Eid Festival is really, it's a really an amazing project for the community. And every year it gets bigger and better. And as usual, it always ends with nice fireworks as well.
Yeah.
So, the children love it as well. So,
Of course.
yeah.
No, absolutely. I want to ask you a little bit about, obviously you rattled off some of the things that you might catch at Eid Festival. Can you talk to a little bit about the attendance and things like this? Obviously, it would have grown over the last few years.
Yeah.
What's the sort of expectation for the amount of people that might walk through that gate during Eid Festival?
Well, again, in contrast to the first one we had, it was maybe like 150 people. Now we're talking over 20,000.
Yeah, subhanAllah.
So
That's amazing.
It's massive. And we're expecting this year to, be even more than that too.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, can I ask you a little bit about, your experience at Eid Festival? So obviously you would go there. I'm sure it's a very busy time for you, but you would get some opportunity with your kids and even your family to be a part of Eid Festival.
Yeah.
What's some of the things that you look forward to at Eid Festival? Like, is it the food? Is it, taking your kids on some of the rides, the info stalls? What is it? What's your favorite part of Eid Festival?
Good question. I think in no particular order, I think food is a big thing.
Yeah.
Everyone loves the food there, and like you get excited. What's going to be new this year, and you like this particular food and so on. Food, is always good, from the savory stuff, the meals, and also the desserts as well. The vibe, and obviously just seeing everyone, the community and friends and all that sort of stuff is really enjoyable. The kids get to play with each other. The adults get to enjoy time with each other. The last couple of years, what's really been amazing and has been going from strength to strength is the live entertainment on the stage.
Okay.
So we've got like the drumming monkeys, we've got the science show, we've got performances. If you just sit at the Eid Festival on the stage, from when it starts to when it finishes on both days, you'll never get bored.
Yeah.
And there's always so much so much to watch. But that's the information stalls, the market stalls as well. There's so much you can buy there. They've got people that do handmade paintings. They do you make your own perfume on the spot. For men and for females as well. There's a lot. There's a lot.
Well,
probably food. Fun, entertainment. The rides. If you don't get sick from rides, go for it.
Yeah.
But we've got some pretty crazy rides as well.
Nice. No, mashallah. I think for me personally, I agree. The food is always unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like I think last year was,
go on the rides first, then eat. Don't eat and then go on the rides.
Have to. No, this is a blanket rule, I think, for everyone. But I think I had some of the best shawarma I had last year was at the Eid Festival, and even the desserts were fantastic as well. I think myself and all the brothers included, and my family, I think, enjoyed a lot of the food. But then also, you get opportunity to go through some of these stalls, and there's even interstate. I believe some people from interstate that come in and sell.
People travel from Melbourne, from Sydney every single year to come and sell. At the festival.
Yeah, I've seen like thobes and even for the sisters hijab stalls and abayas and all sorts of different stuff, which is nice to see. It gives us the opportunity to indulge in it and purchase things that we need as well, inshallah.
That's it.
Beautiful. All right, well, can we just quickly finish off? If people want to buy tickets for the Eid Festival, where do they go to for that?
They go to the website amef.com, so Adelaide Multicultural Eid Festival.com.au, so amef.com.au, that's amef.com.au. Obviously they launched a new website which just makes things so much more easier. If you want to book as a vendor, if you want to book as a market stall, if you want to buy tickets, you want to sponsor or whatever, it's all on the website. Go for it.
And what are the dates for this year's Eid
The dates
Festival?
are Saturday and Sunday, so it's 2 days, the 12th and 13th of April.
Inshallah. Well, look, Jazakallah khairan for your time.
Inshallah.
Obviously, this was the last episode of Ramadan TV for this year, and we hope to see, obviously, everyone, inshallah, go and be a part of the Eid Festival the Eid prayers throughout Eid, and then also come along and join us at the Eid Festival, inshallah. And I ask that Allah, of course, puts barakah in the Eid Festival and also rewards all those who are involved. It's a massive team.
It is.
So inshallah, Allah only spreads His rewards amongst those who are a part of it.
And we ask as well that Allah accepts all of our ibadat that we've done in Ramadan. And
Inshallah. Well, Jazakallah khairan for your time. Thank you to all those who have watched the final episode of Ramadan TV for 2025. Be sure to follow us on our social media, on YouTube, Facebook, wherever else, to rewatch some of the old episodes from throughout this year. Jazakallah khairan for watching for the final time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And Eid Mubarak.